Frenzy fans.
Welcome to our newest episode where we talk about the races and ranks this week, the points potential that we can get, and the possible ticket transactions that can help us get those points.
So the fun thing about this week, guys, is the less pro person in the relationship is hijacking this episode, and we're going to actually talk about my loadouts this week.
We're coming to you from another phone.
Yeah, because it's an interesting week. It's actually, how do I say this? Okay, my strategy compared to my husband's is what I do every week is I just race each race once just to see where I land. So I don't grind. I just kind of want to see what my first race is. And that's what you're looking at right here. So this week is the Luigi Cup.
Luigi Cup.
I'm excited about it. It has a lot of my favorite players as racers. And there is a unique situation that we'll talk about. So yesterday I played each one once. And this is what I got.
So it's good to kind of see, like the items that you're going to use and kind of get a feel for like how many actions that you're going to have and maybe even like the bonus points per action, right?
Totally.
Because those are some of the inputs that you need to use the calculator. And if you don't know to begin with, sometimes you just have to race the race a couple of times.
Yeah.
And if you get, a couple of good runs where you didn't drop combo very much, then you can get a good gist of what the bonus points per action is going to be.
Absolutely. And my skill level is way different than my husband's. And so because of that, I usually get a lot less bonus points and a lot less actual actions. So this is my loadout just currently for what the week is. So what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to show you all my basic levels, where my players are at, what I'm scoring, and then we can decide, is that enough to get into first, or do I need to level up something? I've actually been on vacation for pretty much, well, not vacation, but traveling for the past 2 months. And so I'll let you into a little secret, because I feel like a little hoarder over here. My husband makes fun of me. I've just been saving up.
No, but keep on going down.
I've just been saving up.
Holy goodness. Look at that.
I've just been saving up.
Look at all those high-end uncapped tickets.
I know, I'm so excited.
You can triple uncap any high-end driver you want from scratch.
Yeah.
Any high-end Kart. And you can triple uncap 2 high-end gliders.
Yeah.
From scratch, like from their base of 400 points.
So the hubs has been grinding for ACR. I've just been in hoarder mode. At one point in time, I have to admit, I did have 80,000 coins.
Yeah.
And I used a bunch of my tickets to this was one of my strategies too. This is kind of off topic, but one of my strategies too, I'm proud of this one. I used a bunch of my tickets to get so many of my drivers, my commons, to level 7. Yeah. So now
lots of tickets in the daily selects.
Every single day, my daily selects are killing it. We're let's see here. Yeah, so today I'm not buying much, but usually I'll have a high-end point uncap, or not point uncap, but point tickets and commons and sometimes supers. And
the tickets that put points on your drivers, the little red ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Every single day I get at least some cool stuff like that, and I typically just buy it all and hoard it.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready to decide what we're going to do. So, in Airship Fortress, so first of all, I guess to start off, we do have this calculator. Tell them about the calculator, those who are new to the channel.
Yeah, so it's this calculator that we've been using for a long time, and recently I made it so that it was a little bit more user-friendly, and we post it on every description of all of our YouTube videos.
Yep.
There's a link at the very bottom of the description where you can download it for yourself. You have to make a copy of it and download the copy just locally to your device so that you can change all the cells and the values and stuff. But once you have it on your device, then you can take a look at all of your items, your drivers, carts, and gliders.
Yep.
The ones you'd want to use, and put them in here in the calculator, whether they're a high-end, whether they're a super, whether they're a normal. Go ahead and click so right there it says high-end, super, and normal. And then the level of the item, and then the base points. And you can predict how many points that you're going to get based on your current loadouts and certain number of actions that you can anticipate getting. Sometimes you can push yourself, or sometimes you can be conservative. And then the bonus points per action. I think the bonus points per action is probably the trickiest part.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've been playing for a long time, and I've recorded a lot of different races. I think I've raced all of the races pretty much that are in Mario Kart Tour, and I record the highest ones that I get, and I can calculate and see in previous really good runs what the bonus points per action is. So every new week in ranked, there's most likely going to be races that we've already played. If there's a new one, then I'll go ahead and play it a few times and kind of get a feel for what the bonus points per action is going to be. But we tell you what we think the typical bonus points per action is going to be in a YouTube video. So if you like the calculator, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, because within the first day or two of each week in ranked, we're going to go ahead and post a video where we talk about the 3 different races, and we'll go over what an anticipated good run would be for the actions, and then what the typical bonus points per action.
Absolutely.
Should be.
And he is an engineer, so he just has this crazy data mine where he collects all the stuff. I am not by any means, so I rely on his numbers a lot, but he's also a much better driver. So when he says 160, it's very likely that I'll actually get 150. So keep in mind your skill level when you're doing it too, so you don't blow it, under predict way too much or over predict. So that being said, the coolest thing about this calculator, for me at least, is when we first started playing, I would be like, oh, this is my chance. I want to level up Koopa Claus. And I would just dump tickets into it. Or, oh, Penguin Luigi is only at 3. I need to get him up a couple. And we would just guess, and we'd waste so many tickets. And the cool thing about this calculator is you can actually predict. So based off of my week, my loadouts this week, for Air Fortress RT, I have...
Oh boy.
Isn't this fun?
Look at that.
Dry Bones at level 6, 980. I could bring it up to level 7 if I needed to.
He's probably your most valuable driver right now, isn't he? Or Peach Vacation, you have double uncapped, right?
Yep.
Level 6?
Yep. And she's going to get to level 7 first, I think. Which will be fun. But she's not in this week at all.
Yeah. She's a cutie.
She is a cutie. I like her. So we have Dry Gold Bones at 6, 980. We got the
Dozer Dasher.
400.
Such a fun cart.
And I have so many, if I needed to, I have so many of these tickets. There's nothing wrong with if I need to.
At least single uncap it.
If I need to.
Right. Exactly.
If I need to. So we will see.
The calculator will help us figure that out.
Yep. And then we have Dry Bowser Umbrella, which is one of your favorites. Level 5.
I've got a level 7 and triple uncap. I can't do anything more to that thing to make it more OP.
I know.
It is my most valuable umbrella, and
you called it from the start too. You're like, this is gonna be mine.
The cool thing is I don't know how many of you guys watch StudFit's weekly breakdowns.
Yeah.
But this week, he and Tabor, they have this algorithm that goes through all of the items in the game. And through the algorithm, they have the top 10 drivers, karts, and gliders.
Yeah.
This week is the first week that the Dry Browser Umbrella is number 1 in the entire game.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
According to their algorithm,
it's the best.
It's the best glider.
That's cool.
As far as coverage, as far as just all of their statistics, whatever.
So if you happen to have him and he's not that high up, and it was worth leveling them up this week, you'll be a good one to do it too. Okay, so basically I took all of those numbers and I popped them into this fancy little calculator. So we had Dry Gold Bones at 6, 980, the Dozer Dasher at 400, and the Dry Bowser Umbrella at 5, 490. So based off of our predicted actions right here, and what we think the bonus points per action will be, it is predicting that I'll get 30,766. Now, this number is a perfect run. It's when you grind and you get the frenzies that you need, you take first place, all that type of stuff. So I've only played it once, and on my first run, I got 24,000. So I still have about 5,000.
Very respectable, though.
Yeah, not too bad.
For a first run? That's
not too bad for a first run, right? So I'm about a 23% deficit, but we're just I'm going to show you where I'm at in all my races, so that we can see if it's worth upgrading anything. Alright, so
that was Airship Fortress RT, which is a new track.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So Airship Fortress R, I think, is probably, at least for me, one of the harder ones to do nonstop combo on because you're going, like, very beginning, you go up that really, like, spirally, like...
Okay. Yeah.
Like, chimney thing or whatever, I don't know. But it's really hard to keep combo, especially with everyone starting out.
Yep.
And there's always, bombs that are being thrown or bananas or whatever.
Yep.
So anyway, I like the RT version because now they have ramps and jumps and stuff that make it much, much easier to keep combo going up that.
Yeah,
that
I've only played it
ramp.
once, but I thought it was a blast. I was like,
this
might
fun.
actually be the first Airship Fortress that I like. Like, I enjoy. Not completely, but it kind of has like a Bowser Castle feel where there's just so much to do and so much to see and it's fun.
Yeah.
So, okay, RMX Rainbow Road 1RT. This is one of my race ones that I have like the lowest stack in. So when I did it, I just raced Penguin Luigi at level 3, 800. But like I mentioned before, when Koopa Claus was available, he was in 100 Piper. I went all in, and he was in the bottom of the pipe.
Yeah, you had to go more than 90 in. Wasn't he like 94, 95?
It was like, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. I got to the last 10, and it's like, I'm going to single pipe him, and if he's the last one, I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
We have a love-hate relationship. Like, I love him, but I hate him. Anyways, I did all this.
Kind of ignored him.
Oh.
You wanted him so bad, and then you were kind of frustrated. And you're like, I'm not going to use you for a while because
that's the frustrating
I'm kind of pissed off.
Okay, but this is the thing. It was like 2 weeks prior to getting him, I had dumped all my tickets into Vacation Beach and Dry Gold Bones. So even after getting him, I didn't have many to level him up. And all the races that he was in ranked after that, he wasn't one of my top drivers. So he's been neglected. So this is the week I'm thinking, I have all these tickets saved up. Maybe I can be justified in leveling them up this week. We'll see. But anyways, for the first go around, we did Penguin Luigi. We did the Gold Skimmer, which this is a Rocket Start Plus, and this one is Mini Turbo Plus.
Yeah.
But this was at 490, so that's kind of how I just made my decision between the two of those.
Yeah.
And then we had
8-Bit Star.
Yep, at 490, and this one's tied with it, but I'm not sure why I chose which. I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's pretty sometimes.
Yep.
So that's what I chose. So we come over here to the point predictor. We'll go to the new tab, which is the RMX Rainbow one. You were predicting...
Yeah, so if you're going to use Penguin Luigi, I anticipate that you get about 135 actions with a good frenzy or two.
Yeah.
And the 68 bonus points per action.
Cool. So this is my current loadout. So one of the things I do want to see down the road is what would happen if I change it to Koopa Claus and bump up Koopa Claus to level 3 or level 4.
So I recommend if you are going to do it, bump him up to level 4 because at level 4 he gets the red coins.
That's right.
And the red coins are worth 2 coins each.
That's cool. And that's where your actions really jump up a lot and stuff.
Yep. And so if you were to change him to level 4, and you were to use a coin box driver, usually with a coin box driver, I anticipate getting, at least a coin box frenzy and then maybe a normal coin box.
Yeah.
And so the number of actions that you're going to get per race is going to be more versus someone that has ice flower or the fireball flower or triple mushrooms or something like that.
Okay.
So I would anticipate probably on the conservative side saying you'd add 15 or 20 more actions.
Okay, so here's one of the cool parts about this calculator. So what I did before we jumped on here is I actually with my current loadout, you pop in your previously calculated score here. So the 20,888, I pop in there, and then you can go manipulate your calculator and actually see what the improvement would be. So we are saying if I bump him up, if I use Poop Claws at level 4. Not only does it change my level here, but you're saying you think it'll change my actions to what?
Most definitely. You're gonna the run that you get
Yeah.
that you're gonna be satisfied with is gonna be one that has at least one, if not two, like normal coin boxes.
Okay.
And then hopefully a coin frenzy or a coin box frenzy. So
Cool.
I would say you could probably anticipate getting about 155. So go
Okay,
ahead and
about
add
20.
Yeah.
Cool.
155.
Okay, so if we were to do that, that's like an extra 3,400, a little more, or a little less than that, but that's a lot of points. So we'll have to see if I actually need that in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and pop that one here, so we can know that if I do need to change it, we'll just remember what that is for a second. And then I'm going to drop this back down. Piccolo and Luigi at level 3, which would be 135. Okay. So, that's what we have for RMX Rainbow Road. Then we're going to go down to my Waluigi pinball. Anyways, okay, this time I'm going to be using... So, I have a bunch of high-leveled ones, but obviously, I feel like the obvious choice is going with Pink Gold Peach.
Pink Gold Peach.
Level 6, 980.
Twin Bolts Plus. Red
Yep.
coins.
Absolutely. And then we have the Bumblebee. I'm just putting him in there as 400 because the next time I get first place, it'll be at 400.
Yeah.
Level 3. And whichever of these two I want to use at level 3 at 400.
Now, it wouldn't be a bad option.
To maybe get the gold crane up to level 3 or level 4?
It's got Coin Plus as its
Okay.
special skill, and so what that means is the odds of a coin being rolled in your 3 items at the top of the screen are going to be greater with this glider to get a coin.
I didn't know that.
And
That's cool.
not only do you get the points for the coin, but it can also help out with keeping combo.
Yeah.
Because you don't get an action for just hitting the item boxes.
Okay.
You get an action by a coin being rolled.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes, like you're doing a drift, or like you might get hit or something, and you've like just hit one of the item boxes.
Yep.
If a coin rolls, then it keeps your combo going, which can be, you drop combo, and we've done a video on that before, where every time you drop combo, you lose about 360 points. So getting an extra coin or having a glider that is gonna, statistically give you a better chance of rolling a coin.
Yeah.
That can also help you with trying to keep combo. So
Very
just
cool.
something to keep in mind.
No, that's awesome. And of course, if I want to, I have surplus to do so.
Yep. So that's something to consider for sure.
All right, so when we go over to the calculator and we pop it all in there, it's predicting that I get 31,790.
And you only played one race?
Mm-hmm.
You got 30,590?
I guess.
That's way good. Do you remember how many actions you had?
If I were an engineer and kept my data.
Do you remember what you said though? You said 192.
Yeah,
you
this
were
one
so
was
proud
awesome.
of it.
I was proud of this one. Yep, I got 192 on this one. I got a
Yeah.
coin box frenzy,
Uh-huh.
a red shell frenzy, and
Which in the right circumstance can get you a lot of points and get you ahead.
Yeah, and then it was a horn frenzy. So it was
so a triple frenzy.
It was a triple
run.
frenzy, but the horn frenzy,
Yeah.
dude, sometimes it doesn't really count. But
it's an extra 15 actions at 47 points, which is 45 of those points are your combo points, and then you get 1 point for a frenzy action, and then with your cart multipliers, you get maybe another point.
Yeah.
So you get 47 points
right.
if you're at the top of your combo.
Yeah, so I got 192 on this one, and you were in the middle of telling me a really great story, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop what you're talking about! Pay attention to me!
Oh, it was a good run though.
It was really good. I was actually very happy with that. Okay, so then once you type in all your things, you go over to your summary page, and this is what it's looking like for me. Based off of my actual score, Did you change that, or is that what I actually have?
I think that's what you actually have.
Wow, that surprised me again. Okay, so anyways, based on my actual score, I have 73,000 currently, and
You have the potential.
I have the potential of getting 83,000.
Just with your loadout as is.
Yeah.
But the app says that you're in 4th place. So how much?
What is first place?
77.
Only 77,000.
So
Okay.
with my current loadout, without doing Koopa Claws or anything, if my rank doesn't improve dramatically, I can get first with some grinding.
So let's take a look at the stats for this guy that's in number 1, Nick Poke. So go ahead and go to his player stats, player info, because we can tell a little bit. You can kind of tell a little bit of the personality of the player, right? So this guy, 74 drivers, but he's at tier 52,
which is lower than me.
And he hasn't broken 40,000 yet.
Okay.
So I'm under the impression that this guy isn't really. I think he likes the game.
Yeah.
He enjoys playing it a lot, but I don't think he's like super passionate and like spending hours every week.
Yeah.
Grinding for ranked.
Unless
right?
it's Dry Bowser, apparently. Because look at that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Might be his favorite character. Or maybe he's just pulled it a ton in pipes because he's kind of normal. But he did triple and cap him, so that's his strategy. He can do, do you. You do you. So let's take a look at this guy. T-Pen. Okay, so 35,000 for the high score, tier 48, and 91 drivers.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Mario's
algorithm
has been kind to me. It was a real mean person.
You've had some pretty rough weeks.
I'm editing myself here. It was really rude for like 2 months in a row, where I just almost became not disinterested, but I was so busy with work and family and travel, and with how rude the app was being, that I was just like, I'll just
forget
take
it. I'll take 6th.
No, there was like 1 week where I refused to level anything up, because even if I leveled things up, there's no way I could even have taken like top 9, and I was like, I guess I'll take 18th.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated. So it's actually been nice to me, and it's putting me with people. Like, I am the highest tier in my rank, unless there's a sleeper that I haven't analyzed. So
you have to see what happens this weekend, because a lot of times, people will just kind of play like nonchalantly or just enough to get like all clear pipe.
Yeah.
And then on the weekend, they're like, okay, I've got a couple hours now. I'm going to go ahead and grind.
Totally.
So, just take a look at what happens on Saturday and Sunday. And, I mean, you've got plenty of room. It looks like you've got like, another 5,000 or 6,000 just as is with Airship Fortress.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can wait and see what happens, with your opponents. If they start scoring a whole lot more, you can take a look at the Rainbow Road RT. And if you need to level up Koopa Claws, that probably wouldn't be a bad investment. So
I like him, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining us today on this episode. Hopefully you found it useful. If it's your first time to the episode, go ahead and make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and do the notification bell, all that good stuff.
Let us know if you have any questions, or if you want to see any different type of content from us.
Yep. So good luck in ranked, good luck in grinding, and may the frenzies be forever in your favor.
See you guys later.